This is an introduction to Schoology, and I am creating this digital presentation for those of you who were unable to make it to our in-service day, or for anybody who would like to review this. I'm sure you're aware that we had a group of people evaluate Schoology for our school use over the last several months. And I'm going to give you a quick overview of what Schoology looks like in just a minute, but I want to explain what Schoology is first. So Schoology is a learning management system, or an LMS. In a nutshell, it's a digital platform where you can share your course materials with your students. I know that will look different between kindergarten and 8th grade, or possibly between subjects, and that is something that we all need to work together to figure out what that looks like. The school district syncs Schoology with PowerSchool. So what that means is that courses in PowerSchool will show up in your Schoology, including the students. And parents are also attached to students. So if you need to send a message to parents, you can do that pretty quickly through Schoology. Also, if you put grades into Schoology, those are passed back to PowerSchool. There's a lot of other features that we can use in Schoology, and we'll go over some of those in a few minutes. My next question is, why are we moving to Schoology? One word describes that really well, and that's consistency. We'll be consistent with the school district, and we'll be consistent throughout our school, even though, like I said, I know that it could be different between kindergarten and 8th grade or other subjects. It will prepare students for their future education and potentially their workplace, as a lot of corporations are now moving to learning management systems. And now we're going to do an overview. So I'm going to show you how you log in, and so you log into My Cherry Creek, and it's under My Productivity, Schoology. So you can see here on my recent activity page that this is where announcements show up. Over here are suggested apps. Sometimes you'll see suggested groups, and there are definitely a lot of groups in our school district that might interest you for you to network. If I had any upcoming assignments, they would be right here in calendar. I can click courses and see all my courses, or I can also click course dashboard. So you can see all of the courses I am a part of, and you can see how this one and this one look the same. What would be helpful is changing the background color to match our subject colors that our students are already familiar with and goes out on the school supply list. And then for each of your courses, so if you're a middle school teacher and you teach the same subject to multiple groups, you could have a different image on that colored background so that you would be able to easily distinguish between the two of them. But if they're all different colors for the students, they'll easily be able to see which one to click on for which class. You can also drag them around and customize it to how you want. Now I want to show you how to edit or change that course image. You click on the course where you want to change the image. You go up to the picture, you click Edit Picture. Now you can choose one of the default images. However, since we are using the background color to match your subject, we should use a customized image. I have created several custom images already. I'm going to put them in a folder here in the sandbox for you to access. They will also be available in our Google Drive, in a shared Google Drive folder for Schoology, under CCA Resources, which I will have directions to get there in here in the sandbox. You can also create your own. I've been using Canva, using the blog template, the blog banner template. I will also create a tutorial on how to do that, just in case you're interested. I have already created one for this course, so I'm going to attach file and locate it. It's right here. Now right here I can see what the default thumbnail is. I don't really like that, So I'm going to edit the thumbnail. And now you can see the new thumbnail. That works. So here's the new image. If I click on courses, you can see it shows up here. And if you go back to the main view, you can see it also shows up there. Now I want to show you how to add course materials. There are two ways you can do this. You can either put it directly into your resources, which if you're creating them right now, that's where you want to do this. It is also where you can save them to use them as many times as you want in the future. And if you end up creating them in your course directly, you also want to save it to your resources. I am going to start with showing you in resources. It will come up into your home folder. And as you can see, I've already created two if I was the 5-6 reading teacher. This is how I might organize my folders so I can easily find my materials each year. So I want to show you how I've created this. If I click on my 5th grade, I have each quarter, and let's say I have several assignments listed in here. I'm going to show you how easy it is to assign these to a course. So you can do it one of two ways. You can either select here, add to course, and you can do that for multiple assignments by selecting either individually or right here if you're doing all of them, add to course. And then you can select your course. If you're doing it multiple assignments at one time, it will only let you add to one course at a time. If you're doing it individually, did not mean to select that, add to course, you can do multiple courses for one assignment at a time. So if I had 2 reading courses or 2 reading periods, I could select them both at the same time and just put them in real quick. I am only going to do the one, but you can select your folder. If you select none, it goes to the main page. You can select your points, your due date. You want to make sure that you do anything that has the asterisk. So I'm going to call it homework. If you do not want it to be digitally submitted, you would deselect this enable submissions, and then you would add it. So you can see up here it says the template was added. So let's go to the course. And you can see the assignment is right here. Also, you can see that it's showing up under the upcoming in the calendar. And with calendar as well, you can sync it to your Google Calendar or whatever calendar you use. I'm going to go ahead and remove that so you can also see that it will still be in my resources folder. And they are still here. Another thing I would like to show you is how to create a resource in here. So here are all my resource options. They are the same as course materials. Schoology refers to all of these items as course materials. I'm going to add a folder. I'm going to make it pink. I'm going to create a description just so you can see what it looks like. So now I'm going to add that to my course. And as you can see, it shows up here. Now let's say I go in there and I create an assignment. So if I'm creating this in my course material in the course instead of within my resources, I can still save it back to my resources. I want to show you if you assign a Google Drive assignment, it will be auto-assigned to all of your students. What it does is it creates a copy and it saves it to their Google Drive. You, however, are still the owner of that, so you can access it whenever you would like. So you can create a deadline for that. You can also change its points. You'd always want to add a category. I'm just going to leave everything else the same. So if I create the assignment, So here it is. I can also save that to my resources here. I can do this with any assignment or any other course material I create. For the collection, you want to do home, but you can also share it with other groups if you have them. If I wanted to put it within a specific folder, I can do it here. I can also save it to the main folder. Since I'm putting it in my test folder, I'm going to do the same here. I'm going to save a copy, and you can see it has been successfully moved over, and it is also still here. So let's go back into resources, test folder, and you can now see the assignment in here, and it says when it was added. You can edit this assignment in here as well. So let's say next year I wanted to use the same assignment, but I wanted to change it up a little bit. I could edit it in here. I am now going to go back into the course, and I want to show you, if you create any course materials in the course, you can do it at this little green plus line. It would show up right there. You can also just create it here at the top, and that will default appear at the bottom. If you do that, you can very easily click on it and drag it to where you want it. And I'm going to create another assignment because I want to show you what it looks like from the student's perspective and show you how to do that as well. I'm going to create it. Members, I'm going to go into this student. So you can see, since this is an actual student, there are parents attached. I can send a message to the student, I can message the parents, and I can preview the course as the student. So you'll see up here at the top that you are viewing the course as they would see it. So you see all of the folders. I am going to go in and view that assignment that I just assigned. So you can see that I see the Google Doc. And if I click it, it pulls it up. Okay, so once I'm in this view, if I want to go back, I'm going to click test right there, and it takes me back to this view. And if I want to move back, I also click here. So I stay within my course. So that is an easy way to move around within the course. I'm going to show you quickly how to individually assign an assignment, and then I'm going to show you gradebook. One reason you might individually assign is if you have a group project or a student who needs a little bit different assignment. So it helps you differentiate. So I want to show you how to do that. So when you create the assignment, you go to individually assign. I need to blur out their information because it is actually a student and I am posting this. However, I still can show you how it works. So I will be blurring them out. So you can see there is one student added. If you've received a submission or not, it says received. And you can see all of the options here. So I can either grade here. So I've only got the one student. And if you say show to student, then it will show up in their Schoology account. You can also do this under gradebook. It will show you all of your students under gradebook. And go to that assignment, which is right here. So let's say that I changed my mind and now it's a 93. Then I can edit it right there as well. You can also input grades here, but as you can tell, because no other students are assigned this assignment, it is grayed out for them, so I can't add a grade for them. Lastly, I want to show you what adding a link looks like if you do a direct link. it will create a link that will open up for students in Schoology, so you don't have to have them leave Schoology to access it. I'm just going to add materials, add link. I'm going to title it Manga High, because this is Manga High. Again, I can individually assign if I choose to. So now it is there. I did individually assign. And if my student clicks it, it will open right in Schoology, so you can see what it looks like. We don't have a timeline set just yet. I would love your feedback to let me know what you're thinking, how long you would need to get your course materials ready. But this is a brief overview of what that could look like. So we've done the introduction. I will show you in a minute how you can log into Schoology. If it doesn't work for you for any reason, please let me know and I will help you. We will have workshop sessions that you can sign up for. We will also be more than happy to work with you one-on-one, and we'll have training sessions similar to what we've done with ARC this year. Once we have the timeline ready and we know when we are ready to implement with students, then you will train your students on how to use Schoology. If you need any support when you are creating your student training, please let us know. We are more than happy to help you with that as well. Next steps, I will look through all of the responses and hopefully you will also contribute to those so we can figure out what timeline works best for us, as well as how we want to use it throughout our school. Now I want to have you log into Schoology and join the CCA Sandbox where all of the resources will be. So I'm going to have you log into Schoology. I'm going back to that slide. Hopefully that'll help a little bit. You go to My Cherry Creek and log in. And it's under My Productivity, Schoology. So you click on Courses, My Course, Join a Course, and you will input this code. And then you will click Join. Okay, and at the end here I have a few resources that might help you. Thank you for watching this presentation and let me know if you have any questions or concerns about Schoology. Thank you.